Man, it's complicated. You got the perfect name for it. Like, these days, everything being digital, you could pretty much click on something you like. Now, when you talk to people in person, it's like they caught off guard because they're so used to everything being so digital.
Well, how do men and women get together, and what do they actually find attractive?
Now, I believe people look for each other for the wrong reasons. Right now, it's popular to be toxic. Like, that's cool now, you know what I mean? And it should be the opposite. People should be going out of their way to please their spouse and not get on their damn nerves. But
how does each sex manipulate to get what they want?
now, a lot of these ladies want some money, and a lot of these dudes want the same thing. The dudes who use the money to bring the girls around and all that stuff, you gotta find a girl that like you when you broke. That's what you gotta do. Pretend like you broke.
What does it mean to be VIP?
VIP to me means that I get in the club with a bottle service, expedited entry, and a whole bunch of bottles, and that's what it is. It's VIP, yeah.
Get special perks in the places and free passes, beverages, you know, a lot of pros come with it. Money, yeah.
Probably that you got money, let's be real. Because as long as you have money, you're in VIP.
Why don't you typically see women inviting men into VIP?
Because women can get sex very easily, and men use VIP to get sex. Women don't need to.
VIP, I mean, that's a very important person, you know, very important parties, and, you know, it just depends on where you at.
Why do we have the term VIP if people say they want equality?
You know, that is a great question. I do feel like certain peoples and powers in the world feel as though, you know, people in society should be based on tiers, which is why, in general, I do feel like, you know, VIP comes into play.
There's going to always be richer and poorer, period.
Do women want to be equal, or do women want to be special?
Special. Equal more. I would go with equal, honestly, because, you know, it's a lot of women that could do the same thing as a man does, you know. Special, because I feel like there is a you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Advantage that guys have over women. Wants to be taken care of, so that has to come from a masculine energy.
What is the difference between being special and being entitled?
Being humble.
Okay, so special, I think that special would depend on like the people around you. Like if somebody makes you, particularly you, important to that person. And then entitled, people, that's like a concept of like in your mentality. I think that if you think you're special, that doesn't mean everybody or somebody has labeled you that.
Entitled means you get whatever the fuck you want whenever you want it. Special means
you get it sometimes.
Period.
Okay. Why are men still encouraged to be what women want if women are no longer encouraged to be what men want?
And what is that?
I'm just like,
can you get into depth with that?
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, women are encouraged to be strong and independent and not need a man, but men are still encouraged to be protectors and providers for women. So why do you think that men should be encouraged to do that if women aren't encouraged to be submissive?
Because who really bring the money home, baby?
okay,
This booty do.
So tell me this, why is it that a rich man will change a broke woman's life, but a rich woman is less likely to give a broke man a chance?
That's a stereotype because we do it all. We change broke niggas' lives and everything.
Okay, period. We boss you up, baby.
Okay.
Do you think that stay-at-home dads are typically desired as potential dating options?
Absolutely.
Right. Where they at?
No, unfortunately, like females are still taught that finances and providing for your wife is very important, but I would love that shit, so holler at me.
Do you think that's something that females are taught, or do you think that that's just biology? Like,
No, we're taught.
well, I mean, don't women just automatically, biologically want a man to provide?
No, I've been providing for myself all along, so no.
So then why is it in the age of independent women, a man's value is often determined by what he provides?
Literally, again, a social construct.
Are stay-at-home dads typically sought after as dating prospects?
Stay-at-home dads?
No, I fucking work, motherfucker.
Stay-at-home dads. Now, Now, women really think that it's cute when you got a kid that's a certain age, especially when they favor you, and when they see how your child conduct himself, they see a reflection of you on how you raise your child. That does attract certain type of women, but at the same time, that can deflect other type of women also.
What are your thoughts on gender roles?
Do whatever the fuck you want, whatever works for you.
If men have it easier, would you be willing to switch gender roles with a man?
Fuck, you don't even have to finish that question. No, I love being a woman because of relationships. Yeah.
Okay, if the answer is no, then why aren't we talking about female privilege?
Because unfortunately, it doesn't exist yet, but it will one day.
Well, but at the same time, if female privilege doesn't exist, then I mean, if male privilege exists, wouldn't women want to switch gender roles with a man?
No, because we got the capacity to understand that it ain't about privilege. It's about dynamics, relationships, understanding in a way that men don't understand.
Why are men still encouraged to be what women want if women are no longer encouraged to be what men want?
Now that's a deep question, because I think it's a lot of things that are still first times that are being accomplished for women, and shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Because you always hear like, okay, we still haven't had the first woman president or the first woman this and that, this and that. There are still hurdles that need to be jumped because of past oppressions that have been held on these women. You know what I mean?
Why do women think that if we have a female president, everything will suddenly become amazing?
I mean, I do feel like it's because of their empowerment. It's that entitlement of just like, oh well, we could do anything men can do first. It's that type of feeling off of it. But I just really don't feel like there's that. They have the heart for it, but they don't have the guts for it. In the sense of, and just to further elaborate, they don't have the guts for it in the sense of, you know, there's a lot that's commanding, being literally the commander in chief as well as other things. I mean, running the nation and things like that. So, given off of a general lady's nature, there's a lot of things I don't feel like they will be able to handle in that position.
Does being a particular sex mean that you have to share certain politics?
Not necessarily, because I feel like, I mean, when it comes to certain politics, I mean, there shouldn't be no, like, as far as like race or even gender, things like that. On certain things. I know I don't want to sound like a contradiction, but on certain things, I do feel like there has to be a general basis there.
Why do women think the men in power won't cater to women when they already have?
I think it's just because they don't realize it. I also feel like a lot of people in general don't realize history before. And like they always say, I mean, if you don't know it before, you're doomed to repeat it. And I mean, you're completely out of the loop of the progression from that.
Well, in a relationship, I believe you do need to share politics, because right now it's a strong divide between the right and the left. And if you on a certain side, you really feel highly. It ain't really too much in between right now. I couldn't see a Republican and a Democrat in the same bed together. That would be kind of interesting.
If politics are so important in relationships, why do they often say don't discuss politics on a first date? When it seems to be the first thing you'd want to talk about.
Yeah, because now with the politics, it get into like morals too. Like, nobody's 100% Democrat or 100% Republican. You got stuff that you agree and disagree with, but people lean more towards a certain direction. That's why some people don't claim either one. But like, it's things about abortion that you might not agree with and that your spouse does. And when it comes to that time, you're gonna be like, okay, if I'd have known these things about you in the beginning, if we had discussed these politics, we wouldn't have to worry about all this.
There's a bunch of white men trying to decide what we will get as reproductive rights. So no, I don't think white heterosexual men are doing this.
Well, at the same time, though, I mean, obviously there are, laws, on the books that do cater to women, right?
As there are many laws that cater to men, that means nothing to me.
Equal can be manipulated in different subjects. Like, if we equal, you shouldn't have a problem shoveling and taking out the garbage. You know what I mean? But if we equal certain things, you got roles and relationships. And it's not being sexist. It might be a little old-fashioned, but you have roles in a relationship, and when you can step up and help each other with each other's roles, that's how you build a good relationship.
What's the difference between being special and being entitled?
Ooh, the difference between special and being entitled. Now, I had this young lady I was talking to, right? She said she was hungry, so we stopped to get some tacos. She said, this better have some sour cream on it. She felt like she was entitled to some sour cream. I was so angry, I took my finger, I scooped the sour cream up out of that and threw it on my taco. Because that entitlement stuff, no. Baby, you got to build with me. You can't get it from me. We got to build.
Entitled is probably if you're a heterosexual man. Sorry. White man. Let's add that. Please don't delete that part.
Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean?
Yeah. Like society, this world is built all around white heterosexual men. So they are entitled to this privilege. It's not even a question. I don't think they understand anything beyond that.
I think that women, if they believe this, I think that women think that a man should have to go through the same thing that women have went through. And I think that they think that until they do that, they shouldn't have to bend for their equality. They think that you should naturally come up to their level, or they think that if a man assumes, let's say that a man wants a woman to cook, clean, and not go to work. Okay, let's just assume that. And then that woman doesn't want to cook, clean, or not go to work. She wants a career, but she still loves this man. So she's going to assume that if she has to bend for him, he should have to bend for her. And I think that the reason that women think that men should be put down now is because they're like, you're never going to understand something until you're in it.
If women don't need men, why don't they build a female-only civilization on an island or a female-only Fortune 500 company and show the world how it's done?
I mean, that's what we're trying
Because
to do.
bitches don't work together. They be hating and shit.
Period. And then nobody want to see you win.
Why don't they build a female-only civilization on an island or a female-only Fortune 500 company and show the world how it's done?
Because they can't figure out how to do it.
I think a lack of resources. There's some women out here who are smart enough to do that. And it's a thing about resources and organization. That's it. Some people don't have them same connections, but I'd like to be invited to that woman on the island. You know, we could take a walk on the beach.
Why do you think most guys suck with women?
Most guys is worried about the wrong thing. Like, if you focused in your goals and you find a woman that lifts you up and whatever you're motivated to do, that's your lady. Now, if you have a lady who pulls you down and every day off you dealing with her emotions and, things of the sort, it's counterproductive.
What is the difference between being old-fashioned and being sexist?
That's actually a really good question. I also think it depends on the partnership, but I think if you're just stuck on your traditional roles instead of what each partner wants and needs, then that would be probably sexist.
Do women want to be equal or do they want to be special?
A little bit of both, let's be real. Everyone wants to be special, though. That's not a female or a male thing.
What are your thoughts on gender roles?
Gender roles, men and women. I feel like I do want a protector and a provider, so that masculine energy I do want, and you want to feel feminine. So,
If men have it easier, would you be willing to switch gender roles with a man?
no,
Why not?
because there's power in feminism.
So if the answer is no, then why are we talking about male privilege?
I really don't agree with male privilege.
If women have been historically oppressed, where did the expression "ladies first" come from?
That's also like probably a male construct, I would imagine. A way to make females special so that they don't question male dominance.
At the end of the day, I still feel like females are the most powerful species on the planet.
Okay, if all the men in the world were gay, how would women get power?
By fucking all the gay motherfuckers.
But then that wouldn't make them gay then.
No, but yes, that still be powerful, because I promise you, I don't give a fuck if a nigga gay or not. He got a dick, she got a pussy, she come on to him.
So what does it smell like?
Tuna.
It smells like tuna? All right, what does it feel like? It feels no. Shut the fuck up. It feels like velour.
It feels like velour. So you love pussy?
I love pussy.
I'm so excited that you love pussy.
I love pussy.
Okay, but would you fuck me?
No.
Why not?
Because I love cock.
Me too.